Hey guys, I'm doing something a little bit different this week. I hope you don't mind. It's may not be as upbeat as I usually try to be, but hopefully it makes sense by the time the video's over. So, um, yeah, I just kind of wanted to give my mission statement, I guess, like why I make the kind of videos that I make and all that stuff. Um, so like the thing that really kind of kicked it off was uh, the the pandemic. You know, a lot of people were stuck at home, and it wasn't just that we couldn't physically visit, our friends, family, and loved ones. People were actively like just ignoring messages. Friends would try to get a hold of them, and they'd just ignore them, pretend they didn't see them, and then go out and complain that they were lonely or no one was bothering, stuff like that. And it was just a lot of people, instead of just trying to help one another, there was a lot of, your problems aren't valid, other people have it worse than you, things like that. And I really didn't like that. And I was feeling very lonely and all that, and I just wanted to make something to just tell people you're not alone. You know, your problems are valid, your feelings are valid, and you have every right to feel what you feel, even if other people don't like it, you know? And I just kind of wanted to spread like a positive message, let people know there's hope. No matter how bad things get, you know, there's always something. There's something good just waiting, and if you can stick it out for just a little bit longer, you're gonna find it. And that I really wanted people to know that no one is unlovable, and no one is not worth fighting for. So when I made my first video, which was Luca Comforts You, I believe, the things that I said were the things that I just really wanted somebody to tell me, just to tell them you're not alone, you deserve to be loved, you're a good person, you're trying, things like that, and to say, yeah, maybe someone somewhere has it worse than you, but that doesn't mean your problems aren't valid or that you did something wrong or anything like that. I wanted to bring people together, to make people see that, maybe we're not so different, maybe there's not so much keeping us apart. And I just kind of wanted to spread that message that, that there is love, and it's for everybody. This is kind of getting into some of the stuff that I don't really talk about, for a number of reasons, but just growing up, I had a lot of trouble with anxiety, depression. I still remember in 5th grade just having that feeling of just wanting to die. And it was because I felt like I let my family down because I wasn't doing well in my math class. And then as time went by, I just kept thinking less and less about myself, and I stopped talking to people. I didn't think anybody could love me, and so I just didn't bother, because I figured that way it was easier than trying to keep up this this front that I was happy and that I was doing well and all that stuff, and I just wanted to be done with everything, you know. And then after years of just kind of self-loathing, I finally started seeing a therapist, and over time, you know, I started to feel a little bit better, and I was able to get out of my own head, you know, and just kind of just try to live a normal life. But then, when I was in high school, you know, everything just kind of went south, because I didn't realize that all those years just being depressed and stuff, I never really grew up socially, and it just seemed like I was always upsetting someone, and I was always feeling bad about myself because I didn't fit in. It's a feeling that I still have to this day, is that I just don't belong, you know, and I didn't know how to handle it. So instead of trying to better myself, I just shut everybody out and just kind of locked down, because I thought that I was sparing other people and myself from more pain. The truth was, as guilty as I felt about, you know, being this awkward person that never knew the right thing to say, I was very angry at the world just for rejecting me, and I just kind of put up a bunch of barriers, and things got a little bit better when I was in college. But then I had a nervous breakdown shortly after I graduated from college, and, well, I felt like I was back at square one. So I just kept telling myself, if I focus on getting a good job, then, you know, the pain would go away. Well, it helped for a little while, but then I realized it didn't matter what kind of job I had. I didn't like myself. And it took me a very long time, and finally I kind of learned just a few years ago, really, that it wasn't all me. These bad ideas I had about myself, I didn't just make them up. I realized I came from a very, very unsupportive family. There was a lot of, you know, like a lot of push for me to just blame myself for the way other people treated me. A lot of problems that didn't get diagnosed. And probably one of the worst things that still affects me is I was taught that it wasn't okay for me to have feelings. You know, everyone would just tell me how bad they felt for me, that I wasn't happy anymore, but it wasn't okay for me to be angry, or for me to be sad, or to feel hurt. And it took me a very long time, and I'm still struggling with accepting my emotions and things like that. And I the more I do it, the more I think that my videos and the characters I've kind of made my own, characters I've created, are the people I wish I'd had in my life growing up, you know. There's someone to kind of tell you it's going to be okay. You're not alone. You're not a freak. You're trying. And it's okay to mess up. And it's okay to get mad and to hold other people responsible for the things that they say and do to you. And that feelings aren't a bad thing. And that being afraid of them is just gonna hurt you. It's essentially my way of giving other people the love and the compassion and the understanding that I really didn't get all that much of. And really, I just wanted to comfort people. You know, as angry as I got, I never wanted to see anybody suffer. And the world, yeah, there's a lot of bad in it. But I want people to look past that and find the good. To find the good in themselves and in the right people. So that maybe somebody who is thinking about giving up or just thinking of closing themselves off to the world, so that they might take a second and say, maybe it is worth hanging on. Maybe there is good out there. Maybe there's good in me. And I think if I can make that difference in like a handful or even really in one person, then I'm always going to feel like it was worth it. You know? In life, it won't be easy. It never is. It's a struggle. There are dark days. We all go through bad, scary things, but our problems don't define us. And not everybody gets over it as quickly as other people. Some of us need more time. Some of us have a little more to heal from, but we can all heal. You know, we can all get out of that dark place and find something bright. Maybe we can't be as happy as we used to be, but we can always be happy. It just takes time. But in the end, it's worth it. It's those small moments when you're with someone you love, when you're at peace with yourself. It's when you can just stop and take a breath and say, yeah, I think I'm doing better, or I'm okay today. That's what I want for everybody. And I want people to know that no matter how much bad they've been through, no matter how many mistakes they've made, you can always come back from that. We all have it within ourselves to become good. Because we've always been good. We just need to make some small changes here and there. Your past does not define you. Sometimes we have to do things to make up for mistakes we've made, you know, we need to set things right. But there's never a time when you don't deserve to be loved. All you can do is your best. You can't spend your whole life trying to make up for your past. All we can do is give the best effort we can, so that we can look back and say, I tried. Maybe it didn't work out, but I tried. I did what I could. I'm not that same person that I used to be. want people to be able to forgive themselves. Just like I want to be able to forgive myself for things I've done and things I've said in the past. I guess in the end, I just want everybody to be happy. And I want them to know that they're not alone. I don't want them to feel like they are alone. Because even if there's not someone you can turn to, there's always somebody. Some random stranger who maybe you showed them a better way by being kind to them. Maybe it's somebody you've met before. Maybe it's, And regardless what your faith is, I believe that there is a God, and no matter how far you've fallen, He still loves you and He's going to take you back. I want people to have that kind of comfort, that kind of security. Anyway, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for sticking with me like this. It's been a ride, and I don't have any intention of stopping my YouTube channel anytime soon. I want to keep reaching out to people. I want to keep making those connections because, maybe there's going to be harder times in the future. But as long as we're together, we can make it through. We've made it this far. And I just want to thank everybody for supporting me in any way that they can, whether that's leaving a comment, just tuning in every now and then, anything. And even if I never hear from you, just that small possibility that I've made one positive difference in somebody's life, that's all I need to keep going and to tell myself it was worth it. So, thank you all, and just believe, okay? You're gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Everything is going to be alright. Just give it time. And know that you're not alone. Okay? I also want to give a special shout out to my channel members. I want to thank Thessa some more for being part of the family. I think she was my first channel member, so thank you so much for that, Thessa. I want to thank Cleo Cherubi for being Miss Big Spender. Thank you so much, Cleo. I really appreciate everything you do for me and for this channel. And just know it means a lot to me. And thank you to the Electric Witch, Ophelia, I think you said you go by. Thank you so much, and welcome to part of the family, and thank you so much for everything you do. And to all of my subscribers and everyone who just chimes in every now and then, thank you all. It's very inspiring, and you've all helped me keep going and got me through some rough times. So, thanks to all of you. And I want to say especially thank you to Thessa, Cleo, and Ophelia for just kind of going that extra mile. So, thank you all so much. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon.